Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about how to use union in SQL. We use the union statement in SQL to combine the result of multiple queries into one resultant set of data. Query results will go one after another, which is also called concatenation. Usually union combines data from two select queries. By default, union returns unique results only, no duplicates. Specify union all if you need explicit results from both queries. Since tables may contain a different number of columns and different data types, we need to be careful and consider a few things when using union. First, we need to make sure that we select the same number of columns from different tables. Second, the columns should be of the same type so their results can be concatenated correctly and we can compare and sort them later. Last but not least, the resultant union table will inherit column names from the first query, so you won't see the column names of the second query, so keep that in mind. As for sorting, you can apply these parameters at the very end of the statement after all the select parts. Now it's time to give union a try on a real database. Watch our introductory tutorials if you need to learn the basics, or just follow along. It's easy to grasp. In the previous video, we covered the topic of common table expressions, which is a subquery type you can use multiple times. In this tutorial, we'll find the sales records of a single salesperson and list all sales in one country or territory, and then in another, using union. Here we are in the user interface. Create a new named subquery, common table expression in other words. Go to the subquery on the top menu, and bring up the sales order header table. Check out the current subquery results preview down below. It shows all the records processed by all salespeople. It's a good practice to use a named query because if you need to change the base of your union, you only need to do it once instead of copying the changes to all the subqueries. Okay, what do we do now? We need to select a specific guy. Double-click on the salesperson ID. It'll be added to the selection grid. And keep the visible checkbox inactive. In SQL, it changes the selection within this table. Set criteria to equal 268, and now we can see all orders processed by this salesperson. But who is he? Or she? How do you find out if all you have is a terminal where you can type SQL queries? The beauty of Active Query Builder is that we can easily link the IDs from one table with matching names stored a few tables apart. With Active Query Builder, we can quickly go down the chain to salesperson, employee, and contact. Here we can see the name. It's Stephen. Great. Now get rid of this chain. We can see that this guy closed deals in different territories with different IDs. Likewise, you can quickly look up the territory name using Active Query Builder. So, Canada is 6 and the others are parts of America. For example, 4 is the Southwest. We'll be using these numbers later, so get rid of this chain too. Okay, let's name this subquery Stephen's Orders. Go to Main, and here we'll need to see the subquery structure. Pin this sidebar. We're now in the first highlighted select statement. Double-click on the territory ID and type =6, which is Canada. Now click New Union Subquery and select Stephen's Orders from the 3 dots next to Select. It's our named subquery which we can call up anytime inside of this parent query. Make sure that you clicked on the second item so the query is highlighted. Bring up territory ID =4. That's it! We've built a union query without writing a single line of SQL code. By the way, you can check out the SQL text in the respective tab down below. And now let's check out the results. Switch to the Data tab up top to see the result of our union. Union doesn't limit you to using just 2 select statements. You can add more parts and add our named subquery by right-clicking on the main work area as well. Keep in mind that the selections should be matchable. In most cases, Active Query Builder will show you a warning message, but in others it won't. Here, in this case, you will get an error when you try to run this query. You can right-click on the Select item and remove it from the Inspector panel. This subquery structure pane can help you create very complex union scenarios that might be hard to follow in plain text. The traditional function of SQL is union all, but here you can easily intersect, exclude, and perform other structural and logical operations to the query. Feel free to get some hands-on experience with this easy-to-use yet functional and visual tool and explore union and other extended SQL features in your database.